Ia mahaloa soifua ma le lange mama, talofa lava, warm Pacific greetings to you all. I think the afternoon is going to be a going down afternoon to the rest because we have been eating so much this afternoon, the whole day. It's okay. We're still trying to make you engaged and entertained about what we're talking about this afternoon. My presentation is about viability of the Va Tagata model as a way to address problem gambling, clients' cultural, as a way to address problem gambling, which is a cultural health therapeutic voice from us, the Mapumaya team. That's a Samoan. I translate into Samoan because I'm very good in speaking Samoan and not so much in English, but it's all right. That's coming from the clients and also for us as well, how we connect. Speaking in English, because our clients are, many of them are Samoan speaking clients. It's quite emotional when I reflect back to the way I do with the Samoan families. When I speak about Samoan, I also represent Pacifica. But because the abstract is about Samoan families and the clients. Quite a lot of time, a lot of them coming from the islands, and they speak English very little. They are so very fortunate in order to speak in their own mother tongue. The presentation looks at the basics of the Va Tagata model to clarify some key points of its viability to support and help Samoan people with the gambling issues. Working with Samoan clients and their families with gambling experience, Mapumaya team find out that one of the main key things is speaking the client's language or the family's language. That is what is reflecting over there. There are so many languages specific people can speak, not only different cultures, different countries, but also in our own Samoan society and community. They also have different languages. What I mean by that, although we only speak Samoan language only once, we can all understand it. But when it comes to clients' perspective, there's so many different languages. For example, a teenage client's language, it's quite different from an older person's language. And also a migrant, a Samoan migrant person, it's a different language. They talk about their journey. They talk about their life skills and how they settled in New Zealand, connected to gambling. And also, an older person, the language is quite different because they talk about their own freestyle. They talk so slow, they take their times, and also they talk about their past and the journey they came, how they migrated to New Zealand, and how they started their family and established in New Zealand. So all these different languages, when I go visit out in the community, I have to make sure I understand these different languages of the Samoan communities. And because these are all different clients of mine, and I have to make sure I have to connect to them. And that is part of Va Tagata model. I am trying to give it out a little clarification this afternoon. Even Fa'afafine is gay in Samoan. They have different languages because I got so many clients who are Fa'afafine. But when they speak in their own language, I have to connect to them as well. Sometimes they are so directive. And sometimes it's quite hurtful for me when they say it straight to me. But I have to understand them from the way they come from, and I have to connect. Once we connected in our hearts and the language, not only for the Fa'asamoa, the Samoan language, but also the personalities, the characters of the people, not only for how they come, how they present themselves into the session, and how I have to present myself to the session. We need to have that connection. That's the main key as well. It's all about understanding. The cultural therapeutic experience, as I said in the beginning, I have to make sure I speak in such a way that others love to listen to us. And also, I have to listen in a way that others love to speak to us. Because if we don't connect to them, I'm sure they will close up. They will totally switch off. And I have my 2 clients here with me. They are so proud in order to support the Va Tagata model and the relationship that we made. And you can see they are males, and I'm a female. But they will tell their stories later on about how they connect to the Va Tagata model and how they connect to Mapumaya, the way we deliver, and how they connect to the language, as I mentioned in the beginning. We have to be real. Using our cultural experience towards this, using Va Tagata model, we have to learn all these things, and we have to listen carefully. And we have to be real as well. Because gambling in the Pacific, in the Samoan community as well, it's leveled very high as a degradation or very worsen in the way that people live. Gambling is the attitude of people towards gambling. It's a stigma. And the behavior of people towards person with a gambling problem is discrimination. So those 2 terms are quite different. And that's the reason why we try our best in order to ensure the wider Pacific community in New Zealand and Auckland, they had to understand how to look after people. At the end of the day, they are the ones that stays at home with those people with experiencing gambling. We have to come home as well, and we have to make sessions as well in another day. But we have to make sure they have to understand their own family members and how to deal with them in terms of how to look after them using the Va Tagata model. Va Tagata model is really important in order to acknowledge he tangata. It's tangata in Māori, tangata in the Pacific. According to what the proverbs for Māori, te aha te mea nui o te ao, what is the very important thing in the world? It's people. And that's the reason why Va Tagata model comes into the picture. We have to make sure we have to look after them. We also have to be compliant as employees within our specifications and also our competencies. Internally at work, we have to work according to all those elements to make sure that we are compliant with our roles so that we can be able to connect to our clients and their families. I'm very new to all these, that's why it's a bit slow for me, sorry. Because we are the messengers, we have to deliver the good message. If you're a good messenger, your message will be picked up by the client straight away, and their families as well. What is Va Tagata model? Va Tagata forms from a space where a person peacefully accepts to relate to one another. Va means space, Tagata means people, yourself or myself. It can be singular, it can be plural. These are significant concepts to understand the Samoan social interactions between and among people, objects, and the environment. The space, it's very important, as I mentioned in the beginning, has a worthy meaning. It is the space that relates to the culture, to any culture, the mainstream culture, the Māori culture, my culture, or even the Niuean culture, any culture. Va Tagata also relates to a gender, like what you see this afternoon. Myself to my mates here, to my friends here. And also to the language, as I mentioned in the beginning. Different languages, it's all coming from the Va Tagata model. Even the profession, the work, why we are here this afternoon, why we are here for 3 days, it's about connecting to people, understanding other people's professions and their mahi that they are going to deliver to us. And also, Va Tagata relates you to the clients and their families, and also to the health promotion. It's all about building relationships. Your people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. The elements of Va Tagata, it's all started from the talatala noa, which is connecting, which is engaging, which is about whakawhanaungatanga in Māori. It's about who you are and who am I. It's what we normally do in our morning tea, our breakfast. That's how we know we have to introduce ourselves. And when it comes to whānofo, it's about sitting, the sitting space. For example, now you have your own space. You have your own seating space there. You are not going to sit on the top of another person because that's culturally inappropriate. With that space, there is a meaning in there. You have to respect with all the cultural values and your values as well. It doesn't really matter, your culture is different. You also have good values. So we have to understand your values and my values. That's about whānofo, the protocols of the sitting space process. The vātausi, the cultural protocols and physical process of the gender-space relationships and practice. In the Pacific way, we acknowledge and we respect man, female, male, female, man, woman, child, mother, son, father, uncle, aunt as well. So it's quite specifically spelled out, our roles. We have to acknowledge those spaces because there's a lot of meanings in there. The Vāwhiawai is about the cultural understanding of the above protocols and knowing the in-depth of cultural, personal and professional boundaries. You have to know my boundaries. I had to understand my boundaries when I go into do the sessions with my brothers. I have to make sure that they are well settled and they know their boundaries as well. We have to set up our boundaries so that we know we respect each other. The Vātapuia, it's about our spiritual connection. That was mentioned by one of the presenters in the before lunch. That was really important to us. The ecosystem, we bring it together with it has a lot of spirits in there. So we have to bring it together with you. That's your holistic person. If you're missing something, the clients never ever tell you what is missing. It's just switch off straight away. But if you acknowledge the holistic person, everything will come up because you are going to do the assessment yourself. What do you really need and understand from the person that you really need to support? When Va Tagata Maro becomes a therapy, because you have the gifts, I have the gifts. Everyone in this creation got a gift, got gifts, not just one. The gift of connecting, how you connect to people. You are the messenger. You have to use your values in order to connect to people. If you're good, you're good. If you're bad, it's up to you. Understanding and also listening. Organizing, being passionate, and also you have to add your spirit, your wairua, so that the person will connect to you. It's just a case study that I just put it there. About a client of mine. It's just about, it's really bad, but we were using the Va Tagata model. Anyway, it's just only 5 more minutes according to the presenter, but I need to finish with this. Be kind for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. I'll give the opportunity to my friend, Suka Falanisi. He will be able to have 2 minutes talk about his story and also back to Anthony Sola before our time is finished. Yeah? You all right? Yeah. Come on. Yeah, just there besides me and... Just leave it to me. Because I have the mic, so you just speak up. Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. So, introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, I haven't got a good voice.
That's okay.
My story about the gambling is I got hooked to this gambling when I was young, and I thanked Rufo for helping me here. I went and joined the gambling, what it was,
A TAP.
yeah.
Mapumaya team.
Yeah, Rufo's team for stop gambling because I was started gambling when I was 18 to the last month. I went for 6 months for stopping going to TAB, and wasn't enough. So I put another 6 months. So
Self-exclusion.
I'm getting better now because my gambling was real bad. TAB and casino. I thank Rufo for doing the job for everybody, not only the islanders. Or she's doing a very good job for us. If I didn't went to
Mapumaya. Mapumaya.
what's this?
Mapumaya.
Mapumaya.
Yeah, the Pacific team.
Mapumaya, the Pacific team. Yeah, I'm getting better now. I don't think about TAB. I have two choices if I payday, if I get a benefit. I think about buy some food to look after myself instead of TAB or go to casino. I take a choice of looking after myself first. I don't think about TAB or go to casino. So I feel my health is getting better. I thank her
Well done.
and doing a good job for us.
Yeah, well done. Were you respected by the way Mapumaya team has been coming to support you during your journey as being a, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for you and
Will you feel-
and the team.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Give a clap for, yeah, you can speak now.
I'm from Niue,
Yeah, go on.
and
Yeah.
thank you everybody for
Yeah.
listening to me.
Yeah. Falesuka is from Niue, and he has been in New Zealand for so long, and he has been around different services. He knew that it's going to be helpful for him, but because he found he was transferred to us, referred to us, and I think the call was just coming straight to me, and then I gave him a call. So he was just all over the place, trying to make things worse, but I tried to stick to the focus, to the Va Tagata model. So I had the home visits, and that's how the journey started. And now he's feeling very happy. He saved a lot of money, and he was coming like a very unwell person. Very unwell person. But now I can see he's wearing his jean and also his aloha, which is really good. Yeah, Malo, well done. One last 2 minutes for my friend Anthony. He will tell a little story about himself and how he respected and how Fiona is respected about Va Tagata.
Tāwhalawa. Kia ora. I'd just like to say a little about the sessions at Mapumaya. Because it was in Samoan, it was easy for me to understand. Understanding your needs, understanding your problems. In a setting that was more Samoan, I was respected in the sessions. I fitted in so well that I was understanding to Rufo. not only me to her, but her to me. And for me, I respect that. Not only she was a qualified counsellor, but a female, a Samoan. Before I stopped gambling, my relationship suffered. I was not eating well, I was not sleeping well. But thanks to the prayers and advice that lured me to stop cold turkey on the spot, I recovered emotionally and physically, and with it, the anxiety went. The sessions were fruitful and economical. And for you counsellors, I ask you to be a blessing among the others. So, yeah, maro whawhatai, maro tawatai, maro tau. I'd just like to say before you clap.
Thank you so much, Anthony.
There's a Samoan saying, I'm not going to say it in Samoa, but you break the branch while it's still young, in case someone gets hurt. You look at the Sky Tower. Does anyone know what the Sky Tower looks like? A syringe, a dangerous syringe. Maro.
Yeah, I think that's the end of our presentation. It's last part of this one. That's the setting of houses in Samoa, old days, and still in some villages. There's also have spaces as well. They respect spaces as well. So if you look at how it makes, other fellas at the back, but they have to respect, there's no house right in front of the other house. So because of that cultural characteristics of people, it has to reflect on the houses as well where they live. Kapai, any question?